This is just going to be a short video about a new feature which I discovered and have thought about the implications of, and I wanted to share it with you because this could seriously impact your revenues on YouTube if you're using the AdSense mechanism to monetize your channel. Typically, this is going to be for larger channels, and this is probably an advanced tip, and it's going to get a bit geeky, but I really do think this is important because, once again, it looks like YouTube are trying to smuggle stuff under the radar, and it's up to people like me, I think, to point out the implications of these little changes to you guys, because that's what I do, innit, really. So, chapters. We've spoken about chapters before. In fact, I have another video somewhere that teaches you all about chapters. Chapters are a feature in YouTube which allows people to jump directly to particular parts of a video based upon their interest. So think of it like a table of contents in a book, where you don't have to read the whole book. You can just jump straight to the bit that's interesting for you. Chapters are like that on a YouTube video. You don't have to watch the whole video. You can just jump directly to the video, to the part of the video that's interesting for you. Up until now, you've had the choice of putting chapters in your videos. And in fact, I'll tell you what, I'll show you by example what chapters look like. I'll just share my screen. Okay, so yeah, I'll show you what a chapter is first, and I'll show you why this auto chapter feature could be a problem. So here's just a test video that I put up ages ago, and I think this was actually one that I used in the video that I did to teach you all about chapters. But as you can see here, I've put in here 00. We're at Liverpool Street. This is I think it's a bike ride or something that I did during lockdown. 032, we get to Bishopsgate. 220, we get to Threadneedle Street. And while people are watching the video, in fact, we could try it. Let's see if this works. Oh, that channel's monetized, so we get some great video, isn't it? Not. I'm just going to pause it for a moment. But can you see down here, we get the chapters that I've put in manually. I obviously got bored there, didn't bother any further, but you can see we could jump straight to the bit which is about St. Paul's Cathedral, for instance. If I play it. So if we go to St. Paul's Cathedral, I think St. Paul's Cathedral is just coming up. Anyway, you get the point. We can jump around. Now, I manually put those in, and the jury has been out, really, so far, as to whether or not you should manually put chapters in or not. Let's think of the reasons why you would and the reasons why you wouldn't. The reasons why you would is because it helps your viewers get to the bit of the video that they want to watch without having to watch the rest of your video. The reason why you wouldn't is it helps people get to the part of the video that they want to watch without having to watch all of your video. And what have I been saying about watch time? Watch time is the most important thing on YouTube. So if you're giving people a mechanism of convenience so that they can skip around and only consume the part of the video that they want to watch, then that's potentially going to hit your watch time, isn't it? So, it's a balance. And on balance, I would have normally said, don't put chapters in. Don't put chapters in, because it means that people then watch the majority of your video. However, I noticed when I was, actually, no, we'll go back one step. Another reason to put chapters in is if you do a search on Google, and I actually did one just before this to by way of an example. If you do a search on Google, then often, if the video is a popular video, or it's it's had lots of views, or it's been up there for a long time, or the YouTube gods favorite, the chapters will appear in the Google search results. So here's one from YouTube itself, actually, which is about chapters. And if I searched Google for YouTube creators chapters, this video comes up, and without the chapters, not a great time for a phone call. Hi, Simone. I'm just doing a live on Facebook. I'll give you a call back shortly. Okay. All right. Cheers. Bye. Yeah. So if this video didn't have chapters in it, then all that would come up is the video and I would have to watch it from the beginning. However, if the video does have chapters and it comes up in the search results, I can jump directly to that part of the video. So let's just try it. So we'll go in at 107, which is to see chapters in action. So all it's going to do is drop me in. There we go. So
now when you scrub through your video,
so we've gone straight to the bit which is all about hi Simone, thanks for the call. We're going to go to the bit which is all about chapters. Great. So that's another reason to put chapters in your video, is that you clearly get more visibility in the Google search results because the chapters in the description are indexed, and therefore you've got more chance of getting people to your video. Okay, so all well and good. I think we understand chapters. If not, put it in the comments or just hit me up or whatever else, and I'll explain it further. But here's what's happening now. And there wasn't a big announcement about this, but if I go into that video again where I'd manually put the chapters, you'll see down here towards the bottom, allow automatic chapters when available and eligible. And this box is ticked by default. A little bit like when they had that thing on the shorts about being able to share your content. I was just uploading a video to one of my other channels today, and I just saw it. I thought, hang on a minute. Why is it ticked? You know, by all means, let it make chapters automatically, and I'll tell you why this might be a problem in a moment. But at least, you know, put it off as default. But once again, YouTube is putting this stuff on as default, and we need to be aware of it. If you click on here and it tells you all about chapters, brilliant. But then right at the bottom, it talks about whether or not automatic chapters will happen. And well, if you can make sense of this, then you're a better person than I am, because it's very sketchy. Do we need to have a certain number of views? Do we need to be a member of the YouTube partner program? You know, what is the eligibility criteria? That it doesn't seem to be very clear on that. Why do we care? Why do we care? Well, you could argue that it's a very good thing that YouTube is going to automatically make chapters for you if you don't put chapters in yourself, because frankly, they're a pain in the bum. It's just one more thing to do in order to release a video. But there is a downside here, which is particularly important if you're monetizing your videos. Remember, I say if chapters are in there anyway, your watch time is likely to be hit because people will jump to different parts of the videos. But if you're monetizing your videos using AdSense, I'll just go into the editor here so you can see what we mean. Using AdSense, if your video is over 8 minutes long, used to be 10, they've now moved it down to 8, you get the choice, once your channel is monetized, to place what's known as mid-roll ads at strategic points throughout your video, thereby increasing the potential revenue that your video can earn, because there are adverts within the video. Now, it's good practice to strategically place those adverts at times throughout the video where you're likely to get people's, or be able to hold people's attention. So typically, you know, it's a little bit like a cliffhanger in a program which is broken into series. You would want to put an ad break at a time where people are just unlikely to bail because of the adverts coming up. You know, so just before, in a whodunit, you'd put it just before they reveal the murderer, for instance. Same would be true of chapters. If you're manually putting chapters in, you would want to make sure that where you put the chapters that people skip to, don't forget, that fits in with where you've put the mid-roll ads. So to be very basic about it, you'd want to put a mid-roll ad very close to where a chapter marker has occurred, so that people click on the chapter, they're presented with an ad, and then, you know, if they bail after that, at least you've had the opportunity to get the ad revenue. So you want to take manual control over this. You don't just want to leave it to YouTube to place your mid-roll ads or place your chapters. And this is the problem, is that if you're relying on AdSense and now suddenly YouTube is going to start putting chapter markers all over your videos, and you're not aware of where the chapters are going to be, that synchronicity between the AdSense, the chapter markers, and you know, the flow of the video is going to be lost. So my recommendation is put manual chapters in. Put manual chapters in. Even though it's a pain in the bum, at least then you've got control over where those chapters are, and you can sync them up with your AdSense mid-roll breaks. YouTube has said that if you put those manual chapters in, then they will override anything automatic. Much like you would never want to trust YouTube to place your AdSense ads, you would never want to trust YouTube to place your chapter markers. I hope that's clear. And it will only probably affect people who have got larger channels and are doing longer videos. But that's a significant number of people. Anyway, that's it from me. If you need help growing your YouTube channel, all you have to do is give me money. Have a great evening. I'm off for a beer. Bye for now.